Hey guys, my name is Chris if you didn't already know, and welcome to my show SmegChris Review. Before I review a movie I want to talk about a trailer. For once not a television show. And this trailer I want to talk about I saw at the cinema. It's so nice to say that again. And the trailer I saw is for a film called Freaky. From what I saw of the trailer, it shows a serial killer who murders this young woman and somehow they end up swapping places. And she realises that while she's in this body she's got 24 hours to save all her friends. But first she has to convince them who she is. The only big name that I saw in the film was Vince Vaughn, who plays the serial killer and therefore plays the woman trapped in that body. And it also touted from the makers of Happy Death Day. And we all know how good that film was, although I've heard that the sequel isn't as good. I don't know, I've yet to see it. And as I watched the trailer I'm thinking, this seems a little bit daft. But the story did intrigue me, so I plan on going to see it. I shall put a link to the trailer in the description below so you guys can check it out too. Now on to my review of Nobody. I remember about a year ago I saw the trailer for this film and it was described as from the makers of John Wick, and as I was watching the trailer I'm thinking it kind of looks like John Wick, just with different people in it. But thankfully I was wrong. It's sort of in the same vein as John Wick, but nothing like it. Bob Odenkirk plays the main character of Hutch, and when we first meet him he just seems mundane, a normal, everyday family man. But as the film progresses we find that's not quite true. So like I say at the beginning, it seems like he's just a normal everyday husband and father, but it turns out that he's a little estranged from his wife, and his kids, well, one of his kids doesn't really like him that much. And the first thing that we see that happens is there's a break-in in the house, and Hutch had every opportunity to take one of them down, but he doesn't, which makes his son dislike him even more. And of course he gets a few people saying to him, you know, you did the right thing, and some of them saying, oh, I'd have done this instead. And because of all these barbs from people, he starts to slowly get a little agitated, and then he finds out that his daughter's bracelet's missing, and that just sets him off. He tracks down the two burglars, doesn't really do too much, but on the way back, because he's all flustered and frustrated and he's got all this pent-up energy, these people come onto this bus and they start causing havoc, and he retaliates. Now unlike John Wick, he doesn't have all this skill set where he can just beat the crap out of anybody. In fact, he seems a little rusty at the beginning, like he has had training but he's not used it for a very long time. And so it becomes this really raw, bloody and window smashing fight. And I loved it. Unfortunately, one of these bad guys that he doesn't kill them, he just really seriously injures them. One of them is related to this big criminal and he finds out. So of course he becomes the main bad guy, and that's where things take a different turn. And because these people come and threaten his family, Hutch retaliates again. The only trouble that I found with this film was there's a lot of cliches and predictability. Like when you see this main bad guy and he does something to somebody else, you're like, really? We can see he's a bad guy, we don't need that to show it. And some of the action sequences, it's just like, I've seen it before. But saying that, I did still enjoy it. One of the things I really loved about the film though was Christopher Lloyd. He plays Hutch's dad and he's just as mean. He doesn't seem it, in fact he seems even more mundane than Hutch because he's living in this nursing home. Yeah, he's badass. And as you can expect from these films, there's a lot of shootouts. And I quite enjoyed it. And the way it ends, I can't help but think they're planning on making more. And I don't have a problem with that. And another good thing about the film is that it's only on for an hour and a half. Doesn't string it out at all. I did enjoy the film, and I give it a... It's not overly impressive, but I did enjoy it. And there you go, that's my review of Nobody. Which means it's now time for me to end this video. All that's left for me to say now is thank you for watching and subscribing if you have, and liking this video if you did. Until the next time, peace out. I just want to point out, I've employed a friend of mine to do the posters for these videos. So this poster that you're seeing right now that I've been using for this video was done by my friend Ellie, for a small price. If you remember, Ellie was in my Action Cam unboxing and review. It's because she's a graphic designer and I think she's very good at it. And it also saves me the hassle of making the posters because I really don't like doing them.